Welcome back, good people of St. Anne's. Your fears are eased. We're doing another podcast. You know,
I like that.
We took a little hiatus. Needed a couple of weeks to think about it. It was also, the Triduum, then the Solemnity, but now here we are, third week of Easter. It's good to be back. Father, how are you feeling?
It's kind of like, on Easter Sunday morning where Mary Magdalene asks, where do they put the Lord?
Yeah.
Where do they put Omni Via? Where did it go?
Where did it go?
Did Omni Via leave the tomb? I don't remember that in John's narrative.
Yeah.
We're back.
No angels came down and were like, it's okay, he's going to meet you in Jerusalem. Yeah.
We needed a rest.
We did.
But we're back now.
We are back, yeah, and excited. We're going to try to keep a similar format, similar time, but we might change up kind of what we talk about it, mix it up. But yeah, really, really happy to be back. So to keep with tradition, we're going to start off with a little Ventus.
Love tradition.
Little Ventus,
Bring
little favorite. So
Okay.
again, we're in the Easter season. I know that it's been in the stores since February, which is garbage, but Easter candy. Hot topic. How early is too early?
We're not there yet. Okay.
But Easter candy is, I love Easter candy. So, but I want to hear from you, your top 7, just whether it's Easter candy, treat, dessert, like it's Easter, this is your go-to for sweets.
Yeah, I'm just going to say it again. So chocolate on chocolate cake, right?
Okay.
That worked.
Yep.
I said that, I know, a couple weeks ago, and people were like, Father, you really like that? I love chocolate on chocolate.
Chocolate on chocolate.
Number 1, but 2 through 7 in no order, probably. A good jelly bean doesn't hurt ever.
Yeah.
I really enjoy the Reese's peanut butter Easter bunnies. They look like a bunny, they're filled. So it's like 4 peanut butter cups in one.
Yeah.
That for sure is up there, without a doubt.
I mean, Reese's is just up there.
Yeah.
Any shape. It's
I
fine.
like a good, for whatever reason in Easter, let's not dive into it, but a good white chocolate kiss.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like a white
chocolate.
chocolate. Yeah, so there's a lot of chocolate probably in my life. I really enjoy, I like a lemon dessert. We had a lemon custard pie for my family's Easter.
Okay.
So lemon custard, that was really good, kind of like a nice spring, although there's like snow on the ground. So I got 6 and 7 left.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy, also, not to trip people up, but I also enjoy like just a nice like buttercream cake. Like to me, cake is Easter, right? Cake.
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of grabbing all but a good pie.
Okay.
So a good cherry almond pie.
Yeah.
You can get them in Bismarck.
Yeah.
There it is.
Something a little,
Kind of a lot.
little springy.
Yeah.
How do you feel about lamb-shaped cakes? Have you seen that tradition on Easter? You make a nice lamb-shaped cake.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, yeah. I've seen some good ones. I've seen some you're like, what is that? Is that a mop?
Yeah, right.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, anything Reese's is good. Chocolate's good. I don't know if you've frequented Costco before Easter, but there was like a 3-foot chocolate bunny. I don't know who needs that in their life, but yeah, but that might be a little too much.
It's too much.
I think that's too much.
And I think I'm into the filling, right? I don't want I don't want a solid chocolate piece of candy. Right. I want like a Reese's peanut butter cup or something in the middle. Yep. That's why I like chocolate on chocolate cake. Yeah. Because it really isn't solid chocolate. It's the cake, which is chocolate.
Yep.
And the frosting, which is chocolate. And I think I can see by now, Luke, we're losing viewership. So anyway.
Great. Yeah. Well, again, it's great to be in Easter, but
it is.
The Triduum, getting through Lent and the Triduum into Easter, always great. So
it's beautiful. Luke, so first time at St. Anne's for the Triduum.
Yes.
How long have you been in Bismarck?
Since August.
Okay, so we're not on a year yet.
No, not even. Yeah.
I met you early on.
Yes, very early. First couple of weeks we were here.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better because, I think just in the past month, 4 years, and at an event that I was at, husband and wife, Father, I said, hey, and I've seen him 4 years, every Sunday.
Yep.
And finally I got the names, made rapport. We've talked about this, but it's a big deal to me that St. Anne's is big enough to where I just don't meet them. Yeah. But it was right off the bat with you.
Yep.
How was your first Triduum at St. Anne's?
Overall it was great. And I think some of it is just, if you just pay attention to the rhythm of the church and do the liturgies well, it's hard to beat. It's just a beautiful time of the year. But no, really, really loved our time here at St. Anne's. I mean, again, part of the reason that we moved to Bismarck is we were just looking for a fresh start, and I'm a big fan of liturgy, and so I think St. Anne's met most of my expectations of just like beautiful liturgy. Full, the churches were full. You're hitting on all the traditions. So it was really, really good.
Luke, so you said most, so I want to get back to that, but probably after the break.
Yes.
I know that people are aware that you've served Focus, the beautiful organization in the world that moves by way of friendship college age students to Jesus Christ and them in the life of the church. You still work for Focus.
I do.
You came to Bismarck for a change. What did you do before Bismarck? Your wife Sarah.
Yep.
You have 2 children.
Yep.
What are their ages, and then what did you do before Bismarck?
Yeah. So 2 kids. Max is 12. He goes to St. Mary's Academy. Loves it. And then 6th grade. And then my daughter Bridget, 10, 4th grade, over at Christ the King in Mandan. Love the Montessori approach for her. It's great. Every time I go over there for the class, I'm like, I could have learned in a classroom like this, right? Good lighting,
so good.
Shoes off, it's great.
Montessori's effective.
Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. So I mean, in Colorado, I was doing the same thing with Focus. I worked remotely with students, and so I was working from home. We just lived in Colorado. It's just really busy. It's kind of very activity based. What you do and who you're friends with is based on the activities that you do, versus, at least again so far in our experience coming to Bismarck, community is about the people that you want to be with, and then you choose the activities from there. And so that's just been really, really nice.
It seems like that was the Lord's strategy, right? So
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit. I mean,
by a little bit, I mean a lot.
Yeah. But this is the name of the podcast is Omni Via, and I'm a priest. You're a faithful Catholic man working for a Catholic organization. But for you at home, and when you said it out loud, Luke, of who I base my relationships upon, of what they do or what I do with them, or based upon who they are, right? Right, our Lord didn't go fishing with his apostles to get them. He called them, and their one requirement, as you heard me say at Holy Thursday, was they could be companions. Their skill set was, I could be friends with you, and that is what we're after with the Lord. So I'm really good to hear that you've kind of found that here at St. Anne's.
Yeah. And I think, again, kind of combining what we're talking about now, and you asked how the Triduum was. I mean, one thing that was really beautiful about the Triduum is I'm leading a Bible study over at BSC with a couple of students, and I just told them, I was like, hey, look, you got to come to the Triduum. It's just amazing. The liturgies are great. And so one of the guys in my Bible study took me up on it. He came to Friday and Saturday, sat with us during the vigil, and you could just see he was just taking it all in. So after the vigil, I was like, hey, what are you thinking? And he's like, man, my whole perspective on Catholicism has changed, right? And some of it was Father Gardner's homily at the Easter Vigil was beautiful, and it was about how, the point of Mass and the Catholic experience is to glorify God, right? And we've talked about this, right? It's not so much about what we get out of it, or the pews weren't really that comfortable, or this is how God has established how he wants to be worshipped, and so we participate in that, and just clicked for him. And he was like, I've just really spent a lot of time going to Mass, kind of wondering what I was going to get out of it. He's like, but this just changed everything. And so it's great.
Isn't it true, Luke? So we were on that for a couple of podcasts 3 or 4 weeks ago, this idea of entering into really every Sunday and every Mass, but especially the Triduum of Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and Holy Saturday. And there could be a little bit of but what do I get? Right, because the human heart wants, the facility of the human heart is to want, to be drawn into union, to have something for itself. And that's the great smirk, is that when we do go to church, when we do go to worship and we worship, we glorify God, he does respond. And he actually meets our expectations that we didn't know we had. Versus going there and trying to get something out of it.
Right,
because we would never want to communicate good people that God wants to leave us without. But it's making sure that he is the one establishing what our heart wants, rather than walking into a church, I hope it's like this, I hope it's like that, and then be dissatisfied with something very earthly or human, rather than being satisfied with something divine, godlike, and heavenly. So I want to know this. What do you actually do for Focus at Home? People want to know, like, what do you do?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I guess just real quick in general, Focus as an organization.
Please.
Fellowship of Catholic University students. They serve college students on college campuses, basically helping students to know and make known Jesus, right? So both of those, right? Not only to know Jesus, but then to desire to make him known, right? To take the gift of hope in the resurrection and then share it with their friends. And we do this by just kind of helping students to live the Great Commission, right? Matthew 28 just says, "Go therefore, make disciples of all nations," right? It's the last thing he says. It's his mic drop moment. "Go therefore, make disciples of all nations," and he jets up into the clouds, and the disciples are looking at each other. Angels have to come down and go, "Hey, he said go, like get out of here, go." Right? And now we have a 2,000-year-old church because of that moment. They took him up on that. So that's kind of Focus's goal, is to do that on college campuses. Why college campuses? It's the most leveraged place in America right now. Most of our presidents have all gone to an American college. Doctors, teachers, everyone usually are on a college campus at some point. You got 4 years worth of people all packed together. They got so much time on their hands. They tell you that they're busy, but they're not. They have no idea how free they are, right? So for me then, Focus currently serves on over 200 physical campuses.
Wow. 200.
Yeah. So then I serve students that don't have missionaries on their campus. So for example, there are missionaries at UMary. There are not missionaries at BSC. So now that is obviously, because I'm here, I'm doing it in person, but another example, I work with the University of Vermont up in Burlington, Vermont. They don't have a missionary team on their campus, but once a week I meet with the chaplain there, the campus minister, and then I meet with 4 different groups of students and do a combination of teaching them how to pray, forming them in their Catholic faith, and then challenging them to go lead others on their campus. So.
I think I knew like crumbs of that, but that is such good work.
It's amazing. And
now we know more about Luke Helwig.
Yes, we do. So yeah, and please, I mean, if you see me, stop me, you're welcome to ask me. I love talking about what I do. I love sharing, again, even just for me, who's very bought into my faith, it's still just so inspiring to see young men, especially, that's mostly what I work with, 18 to 22-year-olds that are like, oh, like my faith is the most important thing in my life. And not only do I want to do something about that, I want to tell my friends about it. And it's just a great reminder that it's like, oh yeah, like I should also still be doing that. And we've talked about this on the podcast a bunch, like we are a missionary church. We're called to continue to share and to spread the faith. And yeah, to see young men doing it in some of the most probably like places that would resist that message. Like, hey, you should probably not be drinking all the time. You should probably not be doing X, Y, and Z. Like a lot of college students don't want to be told what to do. Here they are instead sharing this with other people and living a faith that is attractive, and it's just awesome to see it grow.
You've been essential to Omni Via, to this podcast, so I do want to thank you. Luke, every week comes to the rectory where we record this, and after a 2-week hiatus, we left the tomb, and but I think with good prayer, and the two of us have a good rapport, a good friendship building, and so I want to continue that, Luke, and the great work you do with Focus. And I'm so glad you're in the pews at St. Anne's.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I'm very satisfied with that and very happy about it. We're going to go to a break, Luke. Yep. I want to go after. So I think we're in the season now, good people who are watching, and we appreciate you tuning in. I think we're going to move into a season of those barriers, perhaps, that get in the way of knowing Jesus or making him known. And so I want to know perhaps what is in the way at St. Anne's, or whether it's the Triduum or just maybe a more general view after the break on this episode of Omni Via. So we'll be back. Welcome back, all of you, ladies and gentlemen, friends of St. Anne, to Omni Via. It is great to have you in the Easter season. Alleluia.
Love the Easter season.
Me too.
Just a real quick point about the Easter season. Lent, 40 days, Easter, 50 days. Just saying. It's
festivity.
We got to celebrate.
Yeah, we do got to celebrate. I think we're going to get to that in the next, hopefully this next season, in terms of how to celebrate. be festival. You know, we got a couple of big ones coming up in June. Namely, we're receiving as his first assignment, Deacon Colton Steiner.
Yeah.
June 12th is ordination. All of you are invited to the ordination, open invite. We'd love to have you there. Friday, June 12th, those devoted to the Sacred Heart. It is the solemnity of the Sacred Heart. Kind of closes this rich time, right? Like Easter's closed with Ascension or Pentecost. And then we have these beautiful solemnities, Corpus Christi. And then so the week between Corpus Christi, we'll have a huge procession. Look forward to that, June 6th. And then June 12th, that Friday, June 12th, the Solemnity of the Sacred Heart, 2:00 p.m. Deacon Colton Steiner will be ordained. Why would you go to that? He will be, 18 days later.
Why wouldn't you go to that? That's a much better question.
You got it.
Sorry, continue.
No, 18, I'm glad you rephrased it.
Yeah.
18 days later, he'll jump in at St. Anne's as our new parochial vicar. And in the meantime, we'll celebrate and honor both Father Gardner, who's transitioning to University of Mary, and Father Jeff Swack. We're going to have a massive festivity at a local venue here. Those invites will be coming out actually in the next few days. You're going to get them at home, and if you don't, let me know. But he's retiring, and so speaking of festivity. But you said, Luke, we're going to move away from that to, I love, right, this kind of the mission of focus in not so many words is to know Jesus and to make him known. There's barriers in the way of that.
Yeah, a lot.
And I think it might be good for our viewers, but also it's helpful, right? I talked about it at Vigilance a month ago about the virtue of shamefacedness, right? To be shamefaced.
Yeah.
In other words, like see the evil and just call it out.
Yeah.
And right, so it's kind of an arm of courage in terms of we got to name what's out there and not be deterred by conflict.
Yeah.
And so not always evil, but in this season of Omni Via, Luke and I are going to unpack as much as we can in 30 minutes or less, hot topic, sensitive issues, and maybe roll around what's near and far, right? So near, like, why does my garbage have to be on an alleyway, right? That's probably a hot topic for the city of Bismarck. Not a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of emotion around it, but it bothers me every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Alley garbage, I want street garbage.
Right. Why does recycling only come every 2 weeks?
Makes no sense.
So we're being encouraged to throw stuff away.
Yeah. Why are all the good things at Costco hidden? The things that you think you want but you don't want are in the front.
Yep.
Okay, but then much wider.
Yes.
So to put you on the spot, Luke, you said most of the Triduum.
Yeah.
Most of your experience Holy Week was good.
Yeah.
What was not good?
So just a few quick hitters, and these are actually they're frustrations veiled in good problems. One, Easter Vigil, my favorite part, the lighting of the fire. Couldn't see a thing. Too many dang people at the vigil. You did it on the side of the street where there's just no room. Some smart people just stayed in the church and just watched through the window, and I was like, well, I should have done that, right? So I mean, look, there's no parking at St. Anne's anyway, so just shut down the parking lot, do the fire in the street so everyone can be there. Also, when we process back and with the candles, it's just way too bright in the church. You know, the whole point is the light coming in. So I don't know. I mean, that's hard. It stays bright out, but nothing you can do that. Another frustration. Hellwig family tradition. After the Easter Vigil, we go to IHOP. I get steak and eggs. What a great way to start. Celebrating the resurrection. You didn't come. So. No, it was actually really cool.
That's good.
There's a couple other people from St. Anne's also went to IHOP, but open invite next year.
What did I do? Yeah,
you probably had something.
Crashed. Yeah, went to bed. Hey, so I'm solution based. So this will be good. So we're not always gonna have solutions, right? That's not the pattern we want to set.
Right.
But for 2027, fire's being moved. Ching, got it. We're gonna change that.
Yes.
And let me talk to the sun. If the sun could go down earlier, I could fix that, right? So this is fun. It'll be this kind of sarcastic.
Could we just
You're telling me a problem that I can't fix. What are you, parking? Do you want me to peel the parking lot? Or that might be up to you guys. Yeah.
I mean, God says, ask and you shall receive. God, could we get a little solar eclipse, Easter Vigil in 2027?
Or what we could control, and this would be like a good throw out, we could do a poll. We could do a poll in the Easter season. I get too excited about these things. We could start it later.
We could start it later.
We could do a 9 p.m. vigil.
Look, IHOP's
9 p.m.
IHOP's open 24/7, so I'm going to IHOP after no matter what time it ends. So
9 p.m.
I'm in.
To get
Midnight.
a little bit darker. Midnight.
I want to go back. You said something that I really want, that when we bring up these hot topics, one, it's not necessarily solution-based, but I think it's important that you and I realize, the good people of St. Anne realize that, especially when it's not a matter of moral theology, that a little bit of disagreement and, more important, discussion is so important. Because anytime I hop into, and we do this a lot on my focus team, we bring up a hot topic. I feel like every time I come in with like, oh, I definitely feel this way about it, and then you hear everybody else's thoughts, you're like, okay, you know what? Actually, I don't think I considered this from every angle. And so I think that's kind of what we want to do, is just, can we look at these things from different angles? And so I mean, I brought up a few silly things. I think one thing with the Triduum is always just that balance. How do you create a balance of solemnity and reverence? And so one thing I definitely, I guess two things for me personally when it comes to Mass is Mass attire. It's just really important to me. I mean, anyone who's seen me at Mass, I wear a suit, a bow tie, because it's the only time I wear a bow tie is to Mass, because it's the most important thing I do throughout the week. And again, as you said, like, these aren't, I'm not calling out evil. It's not evil if you wear jeans and sandals to Mass. But you asked me, an opinion, that'd be one, is just like, I would just love to see, just more, I don't know, intentionality behind what we wear to Mass. And then the other thing is, when Mass ends and people are talking to each other in the church still, again, I prefer to pray for a little bit after Mass. And again, this is not me telling that, oh, if you're not kneeling for 15 minutes after Mass, you're not a good Catholic. It's just, I enjoy that, and there's plenty of space out of the church to talk. So those are a couple I'll throw at you. I don't know how you feel about those, but
I'm glad you threw them. And I think dress at Mass. What is the environment after Holy Mass at St. Anne's? We need to go after. But I think your greater wisdom was before that. So I'm going to shelf Mass attire, behavior after Mass. We're going to get to that because that's really good. Those are really good topics. But it's this idea, right, that we need to be dogmatic at the right times. And we need to be prudent all of the time.
Yeah.
So there's no dogma in terms of what kind of water, coffee, tea I put in this mug. It doesn't affect my relationship with our Lord.
Right.
So we don't want to put a dogma on this. It's prudence, the right thing at the right time. So what would be a wrong thing or a right thing at the wrong time would be wine, because it's 10 a.m. or it's 11 a.m., right? So just to give you an example.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, it's 12 o'clock somewhere.
5 o'clock somewhere.
But I hope, Luke, that we can maybe illustrate that for the good viewers, right? This idea of like, we're not going to bring up things that we completely agree on and then persuade you.
Right.
We're going to bring up things that the church says, hey, disagree. This isn't dogma. We want to cultivate prudence in each one of us. And so what does that look like topic by topic?
Yeah.
And that I think is a great podcast series and really needed in the pews.
Yeah. And I think the word that keeps coming to my mind is just, we're just going to wrestle with a few things.
Because I like that, wrestle.
Because I think that's important. Even in my own life, I'm currently reading Imitation of Christ. I don't know if you've read it. Great book. Also, frankly, it's really pissing me off because it brings up a lot of things. I'm like, well, I don't like that. I don't want to be told that. Like, one of them was, he said, a truly devout person doesn't seek to go out and be social. And I'm like, that's like I'm a social guy. Like, what do you mean? But I was taking it to prayer afterwards. I was like, yeah, but the point is that, like, Thomas Kemp, great author, but he's not the Lord. And so I can take these things.
You got it.
And I wrestle with them and say, okay, this hit me in a way that I just didn't really like that. However, there's got to be a nugget of truth in there. So what is the truth for me? Oh, if I'm putting my desire to be social above my desire to be one with the Lord, then that is a problem. Now, if my love of the Lord is what compels me to go and be social, then I'm good, right? And so I think our hope is, again, to raise these up, wrestle with them, and help you guys prudently decide, okay, where do I fall on this? And ultimately, all of it with the goal of increasing our love and our relationship with the Lord.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm really excited for this, and that's what we're going to offer you in this season. We don't know if we're going to go 4 weeks on this, if we're going to go 14 weeks on this. We just ask you to support us. You're going to see on the send the link that you clicked just under that. You're going to see a nice graphic, and that's where we want your feedback. Yeah. So in other words, good viewers, what's your hot topic? What's your sensitive issue? What's your question? There probably isn't a dogmatic answer. There's probably 3 answers.
Yeah.
But I want Luke and Father Hochhalter to lead me in those answers. We want to hear from you in that next time.
Yeah, I'll throw out another good example. Just as like, okay, do you notice anything in the church that St. Anne's does or different churches? You go, wait, why do we do that? So you brought it up for Holy Thursday. You only wash the feet of men. And another thing, you only let boys altar serve.
That's right.
So that could be, it's like, well, why do we do that? Why not this? Why not this? So those are the things we're looking for.
It's like we got 4 weeks already.
Yeah.
So if you want your hot topic for the 5th week.
Yeah, put it in the form.
Because we're already making a list, folks. We're making a list. Yeah. Anyway, to the end of the show.
Yes.
You got something planned, right?
Oh, always.
Always.
I know we took 2 weeks off, but I haven't forgotten that it's time for some filters. Bring that music back in. It's Easter, so we're going to double the air horn. We're going to do a little bit now. And then in 3, 2, 1, here we go. All right, so what part of a chocolate bunny do you eat first?
The ears.
Okay. Are chocolate crosses acceptable?
Yes.
What's the best color of jelly bean?
Red.
What's the worst?
Black.
Come on.
Yeah, no.
They're not that bad.
That's straight out of Gomorrah.
What is your favorite reading from the Easter Vigil?
The Gospel.
I should have said other than the Gospel. You got me
you
there.
Didn't say it. First reading.
At what age should you stop doing Easter egg hunts?
15.
Okay. When was the last time you dyed/decorated eggs?
15.
As a kid, did you have to find your Easter basket as well as eggs or just eggs?
Easter basket, no eggs.
Whoa.
Welcome to the Hochhalter house.
Wow, hot topic number 6.
Basket, no eggs.
No eggs. Wow. Okay.
Year after year after year.
So the basket's just filled with eggs already, or just filled with goodies?
Yeah, we separated the traditions. This would be another good one. Easter bunny or not.
Yep.
And
Easter egg hunts before Easter Sunday.
You got it. Like, what does that have to do with Jesus? We're not sure, but we can unpack it. But my mom and dad did something right because I love the Lord today.
And that's the point.
And they do too.
Yeah. What was the first meal you ate in the Easter season?
Meal?
Yeah. So not like, after Easter Vigil, if you just had a snack, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
Sat down and had a meal. What's that spread? What was it?
Yeah, so I think this would be considered a meal. I had a bowl full of yogurt with a bunch of granola, like a huge fistful of peanut butter.
Okay.
And then a cookie.
A cookie? What kind of cookie?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Yeah.
Peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter.
What kind of question is that?
That's great. All right, last one here. If all the priests in the diocese had to race to the tomb, like Peter and John, what place would you come in?
You're asking me this?
Yeah.
So at 41, I probably would be up there.
Yeah.
I'd say 1 or 2.
1 or 2. Wow. Who are you neck and neck with?
So I would say Father Gardner is going to be up there.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah, 1, he ran and he's still in good shape. So I think Father Gardner would certainly be up there. But I'm trying to think of the new priests, and they're just not fast men.
That's okay.
And you can tell them I said that.
Yeah.
They're
well, I figured you'd put yourself in the top 5 because when we did favorite athletes, all of them were runners.
Yeah.
So it's like they got to put your money where your mouth is.
I'm thinking like 41. I might pull something, but I'll get there.
Yeah. Part of it is, we don't know the distance. That's part of what's hard,
Exactly.
If it's a sprint, there might be some guys just effort guys, can get there.
That's right.
Who's that priest that I went to the Saints basketball game where the seniors play staff and they bring in a priest from outside of the school district that can dunk? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Father Grant Dvorak.
Yeah.
Chaplain at Trinity High School.
Yeah, what about him?
Yeah, he has really long legs, but I have a feeling that he doesn't have this. So if this is like a 25-yard sprint, I got it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen you in the gym. So.
Yeah.
But again, remember, just a wave, leave him alone. Awesome. Well, that's great. Thank you, Father. So
you bet.
You heard it here first. If it's a race to the tomb, Father's coming in first or second. So any of you young runners out there, maybe we can set up a little race sometime.
Bring it on. Hurdling's better. If you want to jump over some barriers.
I do not. Hurdling terrifies me.
Bring it on. Yeah.
So, good people of St. Anne, it's great to be back with you.
So good.
We hope that, again, as always, we hope this is a benefit. And please, please, please continue to give us your feedback. We want this to draw you closer to the Lord. And if nothing else, give you a little chuckle throughout the week. So, until next time.
That was good.
That was good.
I'm very happy.